Hi, my name is Susan Fleming, and I'm a nurse. And I've been a nurse for 35 years. I've wanted to be a nurse since I was very, very young. My great-grandmother was a nurse, and she was a frontier nurse that moved to Seattle back in the 1900s. My grandma told me her stories, and I knew very early that I wanted to be a nurse.
And it actually took me quite a bit of time before I realized she had any sort of disability. I think she probably had to point it out to me. It's not something you notice about Susan. Susan is a nurse, a loving mom, caring person, and that's what you notice about Susan. She also happens to have this disability, and she works around it very well, and she did everything that any of the other nurses could do to take care of my patients, probably better in many respects. She had a real empathetic, caring attitude.
How are you?
I'm doing good enough to get you to go home.
That's wonderful. Feeling better?
Oh, yeah.
And does a fantastic job. She takes care of the babies. She does AccuChecks, which require pretty good precision and finger and hand control. And she even starts IVs, which requires a lot of skill, and has figured out how to do that, balancing her prosthetic hand with her good hand. And does a great job. I think most people that work with her wouldn't even be aware that she had any sort of disability.
Hey, Susan, can you help me put my gown on?
Oh, sure. How you doing, Debbie?
I'm good. How are you?
Real good.
Good. I hear you've been at the university?
Yeah, you had one of my students last semester, didn't you?
I did.
How'd that go?
It was great.
Yeah.
They're doing a good job. And
Uh-huh.
people are good nurses too. So.
Great, great. Well, they sure enjoyed their time up here. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thanks for the help.
Okay, no problem.
Bye.
One day I was at home and I was watching a video, and I looked at the video. There it was. It was it said help the handicap, and there it was. It was a girl just like me. She was missing a hand on the commercial on television, and sure enough, she was there, and she looked extremely sad, and it kind of frightened me because I thought, is that how I'm supposed to be? Am I a handicapped person? So when my mom came home, I said, Mom, am I handicapped? And she said, only if you want to be.
I don't think the patients even knew that she has a prosthetic hand. She's able to function so well that I had never heard of any comments or complaints or anything about it.
When I hire employees here at the hospital, I don't focus on disabilities, I focus on their ability. And so I look at things such as that the person is able to provide safe patient care, that they're competent in the work that they do, and that they do both of those things with compassion and respect for the patient and their fellow employees.
I've been with the EMS system for a little over 15 years, and we're volunteers at a local agency here in Chewelah, and I've been the director for a little over 5 years there. So I lost 3 fingers of my left hand in '83, so I lost them in a screw auger. It's like a 12/16 inch auger, and I happen to have, get my fingers in it. So, and with the little finger and the thumb, it gives me a pretty good grip on everything I have to hang on to, so it does pretty good.
We do run upon employees that do get injured or have illnesses but we work very closely with them to get them back to work as soon as possible. Most people do need an income, so we want them to be able to provide the income to their family, but also be part of our hospital and still provide us with what they can in all their good abilities and strengths that they still have.
You wouldn't expect to have an illness come in my 50s at the time, and I was surprised. All of a sudden had some numbness and tingling in my feet and legs, and I went to the hospital, and they diagnosed me with transverse myelitis to begin with, and then later said that it was multiple sclerosis. And so then through the years, I've just progressively gotten worse, and so I thought that I wanted to still be productive and be in the nursing field. And so I went back to school to get my master's degree in nursing, and because I felt like I could always teach or do something if I was wheelchair bound. I just felt like I still wanted to be productive, and thought about all my opportunities that I might have. And Of course, my opinion has changed over the years since I do have a disability now. I didn't probably go thinking at the beginning that I would have a disability and thinking that nursing wouldn't include me or anyone with a disability. But as I look around the nursing staff, there's quite a few nurses with different types of disabilities, and it's not all the same, and it's just very varied. I have one nurse that actually is a type 1 diabetic, and she monitors her blood sugar or blood glucose quite a few times during the day. She has a insulin pump that she wears, and so she does do a lot of monitoring with that. Nursing has a lot of opportunities at various levels, and that there's just so much opportunity that I just would say go for it.
And over those years, I followed my Army husband, and I worked through many hospitals throughout the United States as well as Germany, and was able to function as a registered nurse. Today, I teach as an instructor at Washington State University, and I also work as a clinical instructor in OB practice, which is my specialty. And that's it.